Hello there, everyone. How are y'all doing today? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my July 2025 channel update. I thought it would be nice to do another one. Admittedly, I wanted to do this on June 30th originally, but I didn't want to spam you guys with 3 videos in a day. So I thought I'd let the Mario Kart World Let's Play wrap up before I threw this up. I'm recording this on the evening of July 3rd at about 10 p.m. And I wanted to recap what's gone on so far this year and what I've got planned for the rest of the year and whether I actually managed to do the things I said I wanted to from the last channel update. I think I'm going to make these an every 6-month type thing as long as I'm doing this. So a mid-year and end-of-year channel update. So let's get started. So we did a lot already this year. I believe about 10 Let's Plays have concluded already. Came into the year with Majora's Mask, and then we did Pikmin Squared starting on New Year's Day. And from those, we went into Dark Souls, then Super Mario Galaxy 2, which all 4 of those are some of my favorite games of all time, so those were all a blast to do. And we then also had Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, which those got a little out of order from where I originally intended to do them, since my original plan was to cover those later this year, actually, for Donkey Kong Country 2's 30th anniversary. But the announcement of Donkey Kong Bonanza in the Switch 2 Direct kind of threw that off. And then we've got Pikmin 4 still going on right now. And we started off our string of Mario Galaxy ROM hacks with Neo Mario Galaxy. I threw Mario Kart World into the mix there. And we also had that and Super Mario Galaxy 0 wrap up yesterday. So we're getting close to being able to move on to some other stuff pretty soon. So yeah, lots of stuff done already this year. I've had a lot of fun doing those. In my last channel update, I had said that I wanted to get the Pikmin 1 randomizer and Dark Souls Let's Plays done, since I did not do those in 2024 like I had originally hoped, and those are both done. Since the Pikmin 1 randomizer was kind of just thrown into Pikmin Squared, and was a much more robust randomizer than what I could have done before Pikmin Squared, so I was very happy to have that. And then I said I wanted to do more mods and ROM hacks on the channel this year, since I really wanted to make those more part of the channel. And I've made good on that so far this year with Pikmin Squared and the Mario Galaxy mods. And then that's not gonna continue as much into the back half, just because of the games I've selected to play all being fairly lengthy, and even just a handful are going to take up most of the back half of the year, but that's alright. We'll talk about that more here in a few minutes. I also said it would be a little while before the next Zelda Let's Play, mainly because I was going to do some Zelda 64 hacks, which I did not make good on there, and that's mostly because I recorded a few parts of Zelda Revival that was originally going to go up when Donkey Kong Country did, and the emulators just don't play well with ROM hacks, I feel like. I don't know, it's definitely possible people play them, but I just have a whole headache doing it. I tried Simple 64, Mupen 64, RetroArch, and Parallel Launcher, and none of them just really seemed to do the trick for me. So I kind of just gave up on it, and I probably won't do any Zelda 64 hacks until some are out for the PC ports, whether that's Ship of Arcanian or Zelda 64 recompiled. But I then said in the last channel update that the next mainline one would be between Link Between Worlds, Breath of the Wild, and Twilight Princess. I threw up a poll back in March to let you guys decide on that, and you all voted on Twilight Princess. So we'll be making good on that soon enough. I know I've kind of kept you guys waiting a little while for that, but that's kind of been the main half, or not the main half, the front half of 2025. Other than I started streaming a little bit this year, just kind of here and there when I'm able to. And with that, we've done Pikmin 2 Colossal Caverns, some Pikmin Squared speedrunning, the Ocarina of Time randomizer, the Demon Souls Soul Level 1 run, and we're currently still playing through Super Mario Galaxy 2 Cosmos Collapse, of which I'm hoping to roll credits on this weekend. And the other thing that had happened in the last channel update was the channel had recently hit 500 subscribers. I was at 511 in that video. Before this one, as of yesterday, the channel has hit 900 subscribers, which is a lot more than I expected to in just 6 months. I really don't feel like I have enough words or ways to say just thank you for that. I can't convey how much I appreciate those of you that chose to subscribe to my silly little Let's Play channel where I just talk and play video games. Like I said, I don't know how to convey that very well other than just my deepest thanks. So I would like to keep delivering more videos that you all like to watch. So that's what I'm hoping to do in this back half of the year, and obviously, hopefully longer than that. Oh man, I've tried to record this so many times already, it feels like. So let's go ahead and talk about that for a little bit. I've got 6 planned LPs for the rest of the year, so I want to talk about the ones that are ongoing right now. So I'm planning to do 2 more Super Mario Galaxy ROM hacks right now. Those being Super Mario Orbit, which will start tomorrow, followed by Super Mario Galaxy The Lost Levels. Both of these are really short hacks, and they will be 3 parts each, so The Lost Levels will wrap up on July 16th. I wanted to talk about that because Pikmin 4 is also going to conclude on July 19th with part 26, and that will pave the way for 2 new Let's Plays at, you know, this 18th and 21st. So I also wanted to mention that I might eventually do a part 27 on Pikmin 4 to cover the Louis post-game quest thing. I don't really care about it too much though, so it's not high on my priority list. I just don't really think it's necessary. We've really done most of the game. But on July 18th will be the start of Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm going to pick that up on July 17th, which is its launch day. I'm going to start playing and get some videos recorded to start going up on the 18th. And we'll see how long of a Let's Play that ends up being. Obviously, the game isn't out yet. I have not seen anything past the first trailer from the Switch 2 Direct. So I will be going into it very, very blind. And I can say I'm not going to go into any blind Let's Play planning to 100% the game. I'm going to play it how I would normally. I usually don't 100% on a first playthrough. I just want to go in, see what there is to see, play the game, enjoy it. I'll explore, find stuff. I think it'll be a really fun time. But I'm starting to get more and more lax on 100% and really caring about that. That's a whole other rant for a different day, really. But I will at least cover all the like major levels in Donkey Kong Bonanza probably. So other than that, on July 21st is going to be the start of the Twilight Princess Let's Play at long last. This is an interesting one because Twilight Princess is the longest game I will have played on the channel so far. I'm expecting it to be at the minimum 50 parts, but probably closer to 60, so we're looking at that going all the way in November. Twilight Princess is a very lengthy game, so I'm going to cover most of it. I plan to 100% the game. Maybe I won't do the HD stamps, but I'm going to do everything else. I've recorded about 18 parts of that so far, and I'm kind of doing that just to be a little ahead of the curve so that once Donkey Kong Bonanza is out, I can kind of just play that for a few weeks and really enjoy my time with that. And then So we'll have those two going for a while. I'm expecting Donkey Kong Bonanza to end before Twilight Princess, unless it just ends up being really, really long. And after DK Bonanza will be Super Mario 3D World and not 3D Land, because there's just a lot of issues with 3DS emulation. Mainly that on 3D Land, once you've beaten Bowser and rolled credits, like a lot of Mario games from that time, and even still now really, you get these little stars on your save file, and you get the first one for beating Bowser. For some reason, once this appears on your file, it will make the game not progress past the title screen to the file select. So that means I wouldn't be able to play any of the special worlds at all, which is about half of the game. So I'm just gonna not do Mario 3D Land, unfortunately, at least for the foreseeable future. I have no 3DS capture card and no way to stream my 3DS to my computer. At least that consistently works, because it just seems to not work most of the time. So for anyone that was looking forward to the Mario 3D Land Let's Play, I'm really sorry that I won't be able to deliver on that for now. But if it ever gets a re-release or these issues with the emulators get fixed, the 3D Land Let's Play will be at the top of my priority list. For 3D World itself, I plan to play all the way to Champions Road, and I will play on the Switch 2 patch that kind of, you know, improves the game ever so slightly from the Switch version. And that'll be really fun. I really like 3D World, and it's pretty up there on my Mario game list. I'll be honest. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of it. So the last game I have planned is Dark Souls 2. I've not decided whether this will be on the original 2014 release or the Scholar of the First Sin re-release. Not yet, at least. But I can say that I want to have that done by April next year, since I'm planning to do Dark Souls 3 for its 10th anniversary, and that is in April next year. So I want to do Dark Souls 2 by the end of the year. I like Dark Souls 2 a good amount, and I think it'll be a really fun Let's Play to do. That will probably be after Twilight Princess, but we'll see. And then I will have at least one open slot to round out the year, which I haven't decided what that's going to be yet. I would really like for it to be either Super Mario Gravity or Zelda Project Indigo, which are two mods that aren't out yet, but if they're out by the end of the year... Or did I say Super Mario Gravity? I meant to say Super Mario Galaxy 63. Gravity is another contender, but none of those three are out, like I said, and they have no set release date, so they might not be out by the end of the year. And I can't really, you know, plan for that. Those mods take time to make, and all I can do is wait as patiently as I can. But those are all ones I'd very much like to play if I can. If not, I think I'll just do something that I haven't done on the channel yet. We'll have to play it by ear. Maybe I'll just do a different mod that's already out. I do want to say, with Zelda Indigo, that will be coming out on Zelda 64 Recompiled, which is why I will play that. I won't have to fool with N64 emulation, so that would be very pleasant. But you can expect me to play those three mods as soon as I can when they release. So the first slot that opens up, those are going into the mix. Forgot there was another line right there. So that's kind of the main plans when it comes to Let's Plays. When it comes to streams, I actually don't really have any plans. I am just gonna play those by ear, if I'm being honest. I'm not able to promise super consistent on streams like I can with the Let's Plays, because I can do those at any day, any time, whatever. But I feel like I should be consistent with at least the time when I stream. But there's a lot of stuff I do want to do on stream at some point. And then there's just a few more miscellaneous things I'd like to talk about. So let's talk about Pikmin, since Pikmin 4 is going to wrap up soon. I'll be done with the mainline Pikmin games. I don't really have any plans to play the spin-offs as of right now, which is obviously Pikmin Adventure on Nintendo Land, which that's the more likely of the two. And then there's Hey Pikmin on 3DS, which is a 3DS game, and I don't really want to mess with 3DS stuff if I can help it. But I do know A Link Between Worlds works pretty well on emulators, so I'll probably still do that one. Hopefully, at least. But, I don't think there's going to be any Pikmin stuff for quite a while after Pikmin 4 finishes, since everything is just mods. And I'd really like to play some of those mods, don't get me wrong. I really want to play Repick 3 Deluxe, but I think I'm just going to have a nice break from Pikmin for a while. We'll open up to some other stuff, hopefully, and see what else we can play on the channel. Next thing I'd like to talk about is I've kind of been tossing around in my head the idea of doing a traditional Let's Play for Cosmos Collapse. So, obviously, I have not completed this mod yet, at least with all 120 stars or rolled credits, but I'm definitely going to roll credits in the next stream of it this weekend. And I've been playing it again on my own time. I'm in World 4 on my Wii. And I think I could do a traditional Let's Play of it, at least up to credits, but hopefully all the way to the 120 star mark. I really like the mod. I've had tons of fun with it. And I'd like to just have an option for people to be able to watch it back if they don't want to sift through the stream VODs and go through all of my dying and trial and error on some of those stars that take hours. So just a nice, you know, much faster paced version of it. This would not replace any traditional slot that I've got lined up, so any of the games I talked about or anything in the future. It would be more of a side thing that kind of just updates every now and then. Not like Mario Kart World, though. I don't really want to do the 2 videos a day thing anymore, or at least that was a very temporary thing. I didn't intend to keep doing that. And it really just kind of clutters the channel a little, and really even the YouTube studio on my end. But Cosmos Collapse Let's Play would be like just whenever I make some progress on it and throw an update out there for it till it's done. And I might kind of treat it as we'll roll credits, and anything I can get done after that can be considered bonus material, I guess. But it's just an idea I'm throwing out there. Maybe some of you would be interested in it, for those of you that don't want to watch the streams. Or maybe you've watched it on stream and you also think it'd be a good idea. I'd love some feedback on that. Because it's just kind of something I'm throwing around in my head. But I might eventually do it like a while from now. But that's kind of my thoughts with that. And I do want to talk about the video schedule a little more. I'm planning to keep doing the 1 video a day. 20 to 30 minutes is kind of the range I shoot for. Twilight Princess is gonna definitely get closer to that 30-minute range on average, just because of how long that game is. But you know, it kind of just depends on where I'm at in the game and how much progress has been made in that episode. But I plan to keep doing that 1 a day for as long as I reasonably can. I just graduated about 2 months ago now. I guess a month and a half ago, and I'm still just looking around for full-time jobs. I think I can keep up the pace of uploads even after that, though. I just don't know how much more than that I could do. But I'm pretty used to the video a day kind of thing. So that's my plan to keep doing for as long as I can. And I do want to talk just for a second about my approach to Let's Plays. So a lot of stuff that I've done on the channel has been a 100% Let's Play. I don't intend to do everything as a 100%. I know I didn't 100% Luigi's Mansion. I guess you could kind of say I didn't 100% the Souls games, whatever you might consider 100%s to be in those games. But I'm definitely starting to come up on some more games that I just don't really care to do everything in. There is a point for me where I'm just like, some of this stuff really doesn't matter, and I don't think it's that fun or interesting to watch on top of that. So I think that there's going to be a few more coming up that aren't going to be 100%. Like I said, we'll see with Donkey Kong Bonanza, but that's most likely not going to be 100% with it being blind. Mario 3D World, I'm not going to get every last stamp because you'd have to play the game 5 times to do that. At least as a single player person. And Twilight Princess, I don't really care about the HD exclusive stamps that much, but I'm going to be battling whether I want to do that or not that whole Let's Play probably, but most likely not. And there's just going to be more games in the future. I don't want to ramble on about it for too long, but hopefully that made some sense. It feels really jumbled in my head, but I'm gonna kind of just go with the poll I did like a year ago. I'll do major stuff, you know, all the major stuff in the game, and then some major side content that's actually really interesting and important, and play it by ear depending on the game, because like I said, 3D World's 100% is very different from 100%ing Breath of the Wild here, so it's just something I'm gonna have to play by ear on a game-by-game basis, but just don't expect everything to be 100%. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for now. Once again, I want to say thank you very much for 900 subscribers. We are now on the road to 1,000 officially, I guess, which is crazy to think. I don't really have anything in mind for 1,000 subscriber special at the moment if I end up doing one. But it is a big milestone, so it might be kind of fun. There's not enough words in the English vocabulary for me to convey how grateful I am for that. Thank you so much for all the support this year. I hope you've enjoyed the Let's Play so far, and I hope you're looking forward to what I've got planned for the rest of the year. And thank you for listening to me rant here, and I will see you in whatever is coming up soon. Bye-bye.